Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I already had it lit, so I don't know if I can turn it. It's eucalyptus, evergreen eucalyptus. It's so good. It smells so good. Oh, look at that. So pretty. So pretty. Welcome to our all signs reading for this new moon in Scorpio at 9 degrees. I feel like every single new moon and full moon, I'm so excited about this one. I just love following the planets. I just love what I get to do. I just love setting up this space, and it's just, I love this. I love life. It's an absolute privilege to be here. So we're going to talk about, Scorpio is a very interesting sign. And this is the general astrological wheel. It starts in Aries, goes all the way around over to Pisces. And so when it comes to Scorpio, this is the 8th house. Deep, dark transformation, death, shared possessions. This is sensuality, sexuality, and I want you to think of the scorpion tail as well. This is, toxins. This is this is the poisons. This is, the lions and tigers and bears portion of the chart. It's run by Mars, this little guy over here, and Pluto. And Pluto is based off of the Christmas critters. He's an OG. He's been on the board since the beginning. So this is, if you know the Christmas critters from South Park, you understand what I'm saying. And Mars is that, assertive little guy, the assertive little guy. So we're going to get into it. I'm just going to jump right in and go grab your coffee, tea, go grab your journal if you'd like. Definitely go watch the New Moon and Scorpio introductory video called Grow or Grown Up, whichever way you want to take it. And then this is slingshot energy, like I had mentioned in that video. So this is my disclaimer for this reading and for all of my content, which is, this is a gift. This is, you did not contract me for this reading. Please do not take anything that I say as doctrine. These are my channeled messages. This is my opinion, and none of this is going to be, you could find any astrologer across the entire planet that will read this in a different way, in their own way. It really is all about how it resonates with you and what you take from it. So just like everything on this planet, as I've always said, is a cafeteria line. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. I also want to highlight in my disclaimer, it's always two-part, which is, if you've never been here before and this is your first time, welcome. My name is Sarah. This is my multidimensional cafe where you and I are transcending time and space and talking about the astrology for this new moon. But if this is your first time here, if you've never been here, sometimes my readings can be very intense, especially going into Scorpio, especially, Scorpio placements. I always have to give a double disclaimer for Scorpio's readings because it's just for them. But sometimes my readings can be harsh, perceived as harsh, very, we get into the depths of it. I'm a Scorpio rising conjunct Pluto. So know that if this is your first time here and you were looking for a gentle all signs reading, this is probably not the space for it. We like to be efficient in our processes. We speak from I statements around here. So if you have a different perspective and a different opinion, that is amazing. Share it from your statement, from I statements. Not so much you need to believe what I need to believe and you need to entertain my reality, but this is my perspective. And you're welcome to share your perspective with kindness, with literally speaking from I statements. The second we try to take from another person's reality, we know that that's our mental health and that that's, a construct or a cognitive dissonance, something like that. So that's not the space around here. I was checking in with the guides before I, got ready and I was setting up, and I was like, what does this community need to see? What do they need to hear before I get started? And it's been a while since I channeled the Council of Nine. And they came in yesterday. I was so grateful. They were actually one of the first, interdimensional, multidimensional consciousnesses that I've ever channeled before. So it was very, very, very interesting to connect to them again. And we went through some personal things yesterday. But when it comes to the message that came through for today, it was the division in the external is, sucking a lot of people dry. And it's not even real. Yes, we live in this third dimensional matrix. Yes, we created it with thoughts, words, actions, and intentions. And yes, it can be perceived as real, but it's actually not real. The person in front of you that believes something different than you is another version of you. They are God having a conscious experience. What stones are in your pocket? I've got shungite and aquamarine today, but they're clinking and clanking, so I'm going to take them out. But what stones do you have in your pocket? Those are my usual go-tos. And so the Council of Nine was offering some, if you see division outside of yourself, what battle inside of yourself can you work on? Can you wish blessings on your enemies, perceived enemies? After Libra season, this is at 9 degrees of Scorpio. So we kind of just had Libra season. And this is a quarterly. It's an equinox. So you can look at, these are relationships. And now you've chosen your enemies. The important people in your life, these are also chosen enemies. And now we're getting cozy with them. So if you constantly are saying, I can't believe this guy believes this, I can't believe that they believe this, that's borderline obsession. Borderline obsession. So script it out, journal it out, do your thing. And that actually, my brain is saying like that was way harsh, Ty, but it's not. This is going into this reading. It's Scorpio energy, Scorpio season. We always have Halloween on Scorpio season, and we always have elections on Scorpio season. So let's introduce the planets so we can get started today. All right, we already introduced Mars and Pluto. This is Chiron, Black Moon Lilith. I go off the mean node and Lilith, just so you know. This is the Sun. She's getting a little beat up. This is the Moon. Mercury. Venus. Jupiter. She's one of my favorites. Saturn. I do miss it. Neptune. And Uranus. I think you're one of my favorites as well. And then we have the North Node and the South Node that we always place down like this, so we can see what the North Node is coming into and what the South Node is releasing over here. I think we got everybody. All right, let's get started. Aries rising. And please watch for your rising sign first to go to the exact degree where 9 degrees Scorpio falls. And then watch for your sun and your moon, but do not take those as doctrine. Just have a coffee or a tea, some water, some herbal tea, a juice, and just sit with me and listen for the vibrations. But just know that 9 degrees of Scorpio, that's where you want to manifest for this new moon. And if you don't know the time, you're going off of the general wheel, which is Aries, so you can watch for Aries rising. Aries bebe. And I have the windows open, so if it gets a little bit too much, just let me know and we can shut them. Aries rising, Aries sun, Aries moon. How are you feeling? The first thing that's popping out is that trine that we talked about in the introductory video of Neptune, Mars, and what's your name again? Mercury. It's the first thing that's popping out. Soul purpose, home, shared possessions. I'm going to just explain the image that I'm getting, which is just that trine. I want you to picture this as like a clock face or like a keyhole. This whole thing is like a keyhole. And if you've never been here before, like my guides show me images and pictures. I got like 4 different screens and tabs open. It's like the Council of Nines over here. My guides are over here, past life over here. It's very visual. And so I'm just seeing this light up, the 2 skulls and Mercury over here light up, and that they're shifting this like triangle from a triangle peg into a triangle hole, and then all of a sudden it like shoots down and everything makes sense, and then the money axis that this falls on is like money, 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 money. This is about money for you. Aries rising, Aries moon, Aries sun. Uranus has been in your 2nd house. Uranus is retrograde in Taurus, and this new moon is happening in your house of shared possessions, deep transformation. Who are you responsible for, Aries? Who are you responsible for? This is fascinating. I want you to go talk to a Libra friend, a Libra sun, moon, and rising, and ask them what they were going through maybe last summer or this summer or in the past year, you know, with the Libra transit of the South Node over here. Why would you say something like that, Sarah? Because there was a time period that Libra, you know, Libra does well with their finances. Libra is doing well right now. Libra and Pisces and Gemini, they're all doing pretty well with their paper, with their book. So if you're working towards that, if you're manifesting that, but you don't feel as though you've accomplished the amount that it is that you want to accomplish, I want you to be manifesting finances and safety right now. And I need you to do the most simplest thing, which is just talk about it like you have it. Don't say, I will do this when. I will do this when. I want you to do anything that you can do now that, okay, I'm, you know, whatever it is that you're manifesting. I want to move. I want a new job. I want this. I want that. I want this. I want that. There are minimal things that you can do in your reality right now that you'll need. Say, I want to travel a whole bunch in 2025, but I have no idea how I'm going to afford it. I have no idea. Check up on your passport, start researching luggage, get the luggage out, start to acquire, you know, when you're at the grocery store, like the little mini, like the travel sizes of things, and view those travel sizes of things as often as possible and get excited about it Like, have your luggage out, have it out, view it every day, but check up on your passport, have images of the place you want to go up all the time, start to do research on where you'll stay, all these things. You can research and get ready now. You can do all that now. So that all you have to do when the thing comes in is press purchase. So I want to highlight that. There was something else that we were talking about. Oh, when your blessings come in, who are you responsible for, Aries? Who are the people that, and this is, for some people it's travel, but it's paper that's connected to the travel, and it's like, it's moving. There's, you know, Mars, moving for work, traveling for work, experiencing things for mission, for soul mission. 2025 is going to be wild. It's going to be so incredibly lit. I'm so excited about it. We're going to have Uranus dipping its toe into Gemini. We're going to have Saturn and Neptune dipping their toe into Aries. So Aries, you have gone through this North Node transit for you that's been going on for a while. This is changing signs in January 2025. Whomever you have decided to keep in your life during that time period, they will benefit from your success. Every single one of them. So if, as I'm talking to you, you are like, oh, I gotta remove this person. Oh, I gotta do this. there's two adventures when it comes to that. If it's, you know, I work at this job and I don't like this job and I don't want these people to benefit, or, you know, they're just not my people, but I'm hustling every single day and I'm working towards, you know, the reality, that's different. But if this is like somebody that you know, have coffee and tea with, that you spend time with, oh, now I remembered the Libra thing that I was talking about. Sometimes there's one person in the group that, you know, has prospered more than the others. And they always pay for, what I was talking about Libra, they always pay for lunch. That's fine if somebody else, if everybody at the table brings a pizza slice, brings something to the table, Aries. I mean, myself as a raconteur, I'm invited to dinners that people will pay for and stuff like that, because they're like, she tells the stories and she brings the vibe. It's a good time. If you've ever sat at my table in a restaurant, it's a good time. I make sure that everyone has the experience that they want to have, so it's a good time. I've had people purchase dinners for me just as thank yous for holding space randomly at the cafe, those types of things. But if you are constantly the person that's paying for lunch and people are asking you to pay for lunch just because you can afford to pay for lunch, I need you to look at that. I need you to say, they're just showing up because you pay for lunch and you have the VIP pass. That's not going to get any better. That's not going to get, they're not going to like become humbled once there's extra zeros at the end of what it is that you bring to the table. So Aries, I really want you to remember, what if you stopped calling certain people? Who's really in your corner? Who do you want to share your possessions with? Who's really there? And add extra zeros, my guy. And act as if now. Act as if now. Update your passport. Look at the hotels. Do research where you want to, you know, be moving to or be traveling to. Or this could be, I want to manifest a new car. All of these things. But start researching and putting those pictures around the house. That's so accessible. It doesn't cost anything. Have your luggage out. Check up on your luggage. Is it the right size for carry-on? Is it like, look into the things that you can research now. There are very accessible ways to act as if, Aries. Very accessible ways. I'm excited for you, Aries. This next year, the North, 2024 was like your prep. 2025 is like you're on. Exciting. Taurus rising, Taurus sun, Taurus moon. How are you feeling? Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Love that. Love that. Love that. Love this. I love this season for you, Taurus. I love as grounded as you are. You're just like, I need someone spicy. I need someone this is very like golden retriever, black cat energy. If you don't understand that, like it's a big theme that I'm seeing in my content and in my field about, you know, women being black cat and gentlemen being the golden retriever. So definitely look into that. For my Taurus females, Taurus men, this is an interesting, there's a somberness here, this like anticipatory, this feeling going on. It's very, you're way more intuitive than you're giving yourself credit for, Taurus, or you are intuitive. This is very Eeyore energy right now. It's very, very Eeyore energy. I'm just listening to the guides talking where I love you and I love what I'm about to say to you, but it's time to hire someone to hold space for you if you haven't already, if you're not talking to someone, because, you know, this is relationships, the important people of our life. You know, your chart ruler, Venus, is in your house of shared possessions. Mercury is over here. You know, there's wanting to date, there's wanting to, okay, I'm just going to say it because it's coming through. Like, you have high expectations for the person that you want to date, but either you don't want to do the inner work to get there, you're happy to settle just because you're lonely, something's going on. This isn't for everybody. I'm not projecting this on you like the disclaimer said. Just take what resonates and just leave the rest. This won't be for everyone. But it's like those phrases, Dr. Joe Dispenza. You want to be in a divine partnership, list all the things that that person is, and then become them. And then the other side of things, you know, the black cat golden retriever energy, which is list, you know, the things that of the person that you want to be with, and then list the things that you know that they will have expectations for their partner. It's as if you know that the person that you want is a level above where you are now, and you want, like, no one's coming to save you, you know? And that's something very, very important, where it's like you need to have your own something, your own safety, whatever safety means for you. You know, Jupiter in your house of money, Uranus transforming your house of self, Venus in the house of shared possessions, Mercury will be in the house of shared possessions. This Mars Pluto right here, this is very intense for you, Taurus, very, very intense. And Pluto's going to be in your house of legacy, public life, and image for 20 years. So that's not slowing down. Things are not slowing down for any of us. This isn't just for you. I'm not projecting this onto you. But all I'm saying is it doesn't have to be like rebrand hard, rebrand work, rebrand. It's like, I want you to start to fall in love with being the healthiest, most aligned, most abundant version of yourself, instead of having expectations of like, when that person comes in, I'll feel whole. When it's like, I'm seeing, you know, you're getting takeaway and, you know, eating out of the container in your pajamas, but then you're daydreaming about your partner and both of you cooking meals together and setting the table and all of this stuff. Like, stay with me, Taurus. Stay with me. Stay with me. Don't let this get you down. Don't let wherever you are dictate where you think you can go. Manifest. Do some woo. Do, like, check in. Book a session. Find someone that really resonates with you. A therapist. Someone that you can have talk therapy with and get it out. But it's as if you're sitting and stewing in your own mental, like, you can talk yourself in and out of anything. You're fixed negative earth energy, Taurus. So it's like, I'm never gonna this, never this, I've always had this. Those are big declarations that when you tell the universe that, the universe is like, okay, that's like, this is the life that they want to live. So I'm just gonna send them more things to be frustrated about, more things to be ungrateful for, more things that validate. When it comes to new moons, Taurus, and this isn't just for you, this is for everyone. When it comes to new moons, the energy is an eager waiter, ready to fill your order. So when you say, oh, it's going to be a crappy day, done, got it, send more things for them to be frustrated about, send them a crappy day, they want a crappy day. Like, really be aware of this, the words that you're speaking, the spells that you're speaking, Taurus, and call me if you need anything. If I can be helpful and supportive, please let me know. But you're not alone. No one can bust into your house and say, you need help. I'm telling you, across time and space, you're not alone. And I'm just saying, you are worthy of people helping you and someone listening to you, but you got to ask somebody. It's kind of like the laws of non-intervention. Your guides can't come in. Your friends can't come in unless you're ready to change. Cool. Gemini rising, Gemini sun, Gemini moon. I had a subscriber comment on the All Signs reading for Scorpio season about the Pluto transit. This is for Gemini rising only. This is a big deal, what you've gone through. And I just need to say that to you, that I would, honest to goodness, say for you, throw yourself a little bit of a party, you know, after the 19th of November. You did good. You did good. And that's an intense amount of transformation from 2008 until now. So I just want to highlight that I'm really grateful for the subscriber who would comment about that. Like, they just said, thank you for saying that, because it has been a very deep transformation. Sometimes you just need someone to say, I really see you. I really see you, and I really honor you. So Gemini, I just want to, that's completely separate from the entirety of this reading. But what I want to say to you now is that this is really beautiful. And we've talked about a move for a little bit now. We've talked about moving for work. We've talked about, you know, it's not boredom, but it's like, I'm just listening to my guides. It's really intense checking in with your energy sometime, because both brains work so quickly, and I just love it. It's powerful. I just can't believe that your brain processes so quickly, Gemini. I'm really impressed with you. Sometimes the only way is channeling. So let me just... It's like I'm seeing you, this is daily life and practical service. So I'm seeing you at your job, and I'm seeing you just being like, I'm listening to someone talk, and they're talking, and then both of my brains are going off. I'm having 5 different separate conversations. Obviously, I could fix every single one of their problems, my problems, everyone's problems, but they don't want to fix their problems. And we've been having the same conversation for the past 16 years, and I'm so tired of it. I'm so sick of it, but I love them and I respect them, and I know that I'm supposed to go somewhere, but I'm not sure, because the guides haven't shown me exactly what it is that I'm supposed to do. So there's like a stuckness here. There is like this weird stuckness. And so this 6th house and 12th house, which is, you know, for Scorpio season, where the new moon and the full moon is going to be falling for you. So I would say daily life, health, practical service. There's not as many, this is the health axis. So there's not as many, as I'm checking into your energy, like addictions that I'm really concerned with. If you have an addiction that you feel as though you want to hold on to, then I'm not going to talk to you about that. That's so okay. But a lot of the Gemini placements that I know in the past 6 months have gone sober, or, you know, are sober curious, are sober, you know, are newly sober, and are making strides towards that, or removing certain things that just don't serve their health. Or they're adding supplementation, they're doing certain things. So I'm really, really jazzed about that. That's amazing. Pisces is also going through something similar. They've been doing that for the past like 5 years or so. So I'm jazzed about that. I would say really spend some time asking yourself what you want your daily life to look like. I want you to go to the toolbox and the practical manifestation technique. That would be a really accessible thing for you to do right now. That's for free. The astrological starter kit, that link is directly below in the description. That's a purchasable product if you want to learn how to do some scripting the way that I do some scripting. There's probably free accessible things to learn how to do scripting. And as always, and I've said this 1,000 times, not 1,000, but I've said this numerous times. If price is an issue and you're keen to download a product of mine, just reach out and we'll meet in the middle. I'm not concerned about that. If you're ready to do this work, all you have to do is ask. All you have to do is ask. So for right now, manifesting, what is it that I want my daily life to look like? And then in the full moon, we're releasing old soul purposes, karmic contracts, all different things. That's coming up in a few weeks. That will be on the 15th in Taurus energy. I think 24 degrees. Yeah, 24 degrees. So really spend some time asking yourself, what do I want my daily life to look like? Yeah, I'm seeing you really moving, traveling for work. We've talked about this a few times, so I never want to repeat myself, but I just want to validate again. Actually, I'm having a full body chill. Actually, it's important because sometimes you can get in your head, or both brains of yours, Gemini, can talk yourself in and out of anything and everything. So I'm just offering you again, like, don't forget about that. Don't forget about that. There's this really great little, oh my gosh, it was like a little post or a meme. I'm going to try to find it and I'll post it in the community section. it's this, it was about a water bottle, where it's like a water bottle at, the pharmacy costs 99 cents. The grocery store, it's $1. The vending machine is $3. At a festival, it's $7. On an airplane, it's $15. So your worth might be a little different in a different place, meaning you might just be standing in the wrong area of the world, Gemini, that you're supposed to be standing in. So you can vibe and thrive anywhere, or you can vibe anywhere, but you can thrive at very specific places. Check your astrocartography as well. And if you have questions, please email directly or comment them below and we can go over that. Cancer rising, Cancer sun, Cancer moon. What's up? Super exciting. Got an idea to do something. Your ideas are special. The way that you see the world is very special. The way that your soul purpose house is run by Gemini, Cancer. So it's like, there's so much information coming in hot for you. I want you to focus on the laughter, the joy, the happiness, the experiences that you want to be having right now. This is a big deal. This trine, this water trine of Mars, Mercury, and Neptune over here, self, play, quest, adventure, long distance travel, higher education, play, joy, art, romance, childlike spirits, kiddos. If you want children right now would be the time to be having some really beautiful, sexy time. That would be awesome. If you don't want children, please don't. It's very fertile energy. If you do want children, and that's something that I'm hearing the word mentorship. I'm hearing the words like adoption. I'm hearing all of these different things. If there's been some fertility stuff that's been going on, just mother or father within your community, listen to people. Listen. It usually happens around Mother's Day that a lot of the youngsters that I know in my life or that I work with, they remind me, like, you have a very safe mothering energy. You've always been there when I've needed someone. You've been, people like, Sarah, you're the fairy godmother and stuff. And so, like, I honor that and I revere that. And so don't discredit that role, Cancer, that people look up to you. Cancer risings especially, don't discredit that. I say Cancer sun and Cancer rising. Cancer moons, I feel like a lot of you could possibly want to have children or have, fur babies, all different things, like getting a kitten, getting a puppy, all those different things. And, the full moon coming up is going to be in the house of community, friendships, and wishes for the future. There's a lot about shifting community right now that's going on. Uranus is actually like making some moves for you over here, which is very rare that I even talk about Uranus because it's such a slow mover. It's such a like lightning bolt energy. But Uranus, there's some big shift that's coming for you, Cancer, whether it be you're about to change jobs, get promoted, something's going on. Like let the back end, like really trust the universe to provide what it is that you need. And when Pluto leaves your your house of relationships and goes into your house of deep, dark transformation, shared possessions. This is going to be going on for the next 20 years. So that's an exciting time. Talk to a Gemini, make friends with a Gemini, and ask them how they've been doing, because that's been very transformative. This is Cancer rising only when it comes to Pluto. Joy, having fun, going to art shows, watching a movie, going for walks in nature, like art expression and creative expression, Cancer, your body is your canvas, all different things. And like, if you don't feel as though I'm not an artist, Sarah, then listen to music, go to a show, go to a museum, go to an exhibition, and go receive it, you know? That can be a really fun and accessible way to utilize this energy right now, Cancer. It's just by having fun. And your smile, you are the art. You are the inspiration that the world needs right now, Cancer. So yeah, I've known some of the coolest like personal trainers, runners, artists, yoga instructors, like the ones that can do the thing that not a lot of people can do, a lot of the time are Cancer placements. So thank you, Cancer. You are the art. Leo mama, how you doing? Leo, rising sun, moon. What is going on? There's a few different phrases that are coming into my mind right now. One of them is stop playing small, and the other one is move along. Move along. Move along. This is home, my pocket of the world. Safety is key. Cultural family roots, the roots of the tree of our life. This axis for you in Scorpio season is mother and father. This is safety. This is public image, public life, and career. Definitely in the longer range transit playlist, the 2024 to 2027 video, the changing of the guides, that could be worth your time. There's 3 different soul matches that we have going on right now. And this has to do with relationships for you with Pluto going into Aquarius, where truly, some people have chosen to stay with their 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, and that's where they'll be. That's where they'll be. There's no judgment, but that's an active choice. And I'm hearing somebody or some people get really salty and say, but you know, with the kids and stuff like that. Dude, sometimes people come together, and I talk about this in the relationships are drastically changing video. That's in the toolbox, accessible videos. Sometimes people come together to bring the soul of the starseed in, aka the child, and then they separate, and the child heals both families. It is so beautiful, the co-parents that I've seen that co-parent so beautifully with reverence, with respect. They treat themselves as the king or the queen that they are. They treat their ex as the king and the queen that they are, and they show the kiddos, wow, it's possible to do that. You know, this Mars transit, power meets softness, that's the name of the video that I go over this, that's going into your sign, back into Cancer. So you get a little windshield wiper of intensity for Mars, which is normally, Leo, you're run by the sun. This is fire energy. But it's like, the hotel analogy is popping into my brain. Okay, so this was not my, original thought. It's not my content, but I heard it and it really resonates. So the second you're born, you walk into a hotel, and the second you die, you walk out of the hotel. You can choose to stay on any level of the hotel that you want. You can choose to do the dishes. You can choose to be, subservient. You can choose to live in the penthouse. You can choose whatever level, because you having blessings doesn't take away from me, doesn't take away from Tom, Harry, Steve, anybody on this planet. All it is the way I feel about myself and what it is that I would like to acquire as I'm on this earth plane in this mastery school. It's like I'm seeing you bicker with people that you don't even care about and that you don't even want to be around. Then stop bickering and turn that healthy energy into your own space. It's like, it's a very strange analogy I'm seeing, but it's like you are frustrated and this is home, so it's like you want a new table in the corner and you don't have the capacity to buy a new table. So I'm seeing you like violently sanding this table and like viciously cleaning, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? I'm just so angry. And then by the time you've finished rage sanding and you've stained and you've shellacked the whole thing, you're like, wow, I really love this table. That's beautiful. Dude, the other day, I literally like blacked out from anxiety, cleaned my house. Literally was gone. I was so stressed out. The only thing I could do was clean. And I canceled everything for the rest of the day. I went for my walk in the woods after I cleaned. And then I came home and I was like, oh my God, look at my palace. Look at where I live. Look at how beautiful this is. I am so blessed and so grateful. So that rage that I was feeling, Leo, that like crippling anxiety that my human body was experiencing, instead of letting it overtake me and identifying with it as it, I put it into something that was helpful for me, helpful for my home. And since I'm a reflection of every person on the planet, it actually helps the world. So instead of bickering, Leo, find a healthy way to renovate something and give it a good little, get some elbow grease in there. Beautiful job. Virgo rising, Virgo sun, Virgo moon. I love all of you, and this is just, these messages are hitting hard. So I love you. Thank you for being here. This is okay. I love you. I love you, Virgo rising. I love you. But gossip is not a good color on you. It's not. It's really not. And we've talked for a while as a collective, not just you, Virgo rising, but as a collective. This is, communication, early learning, short trips. This is, siblings, how I learned the boundaries of my communication. And Mercury, your chart ruler, is sitting right at the base of your chart. So this is a lot to do with communication. And it's very much, there's a difference between gossiping and processing. So if you, were very triggered by something that someone said and you asked a friend or a colleague, like, hey, can we talk about this? This really affected me. This really bothered me. That's amazing. And then that was the catalyst for you to process something deeper within yourself. But if you're just saying things like, oh my God, they look so unhappy, or this person is this person is this, oh my, I can't believe that this is happening. There's other people talking about you. And I know you don't care about that, but just, it's literally, I'm seeing this like, it looks like a Miss Pac-Man, and it's talking and it's gossiping, and there's like this black sludge that's coming out of it. It's just not a good look. And it doesn't look, it's like you're better than this. You're better than this. And there's, this is really hitting. So the community that you surround yourself with, this Mars and Pluto opposition is really hitting Saturn and Neptune in your house of relationships. Mars will go back into Cancer after it goes into Leo energy. It like really, who you surround yourself with. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. You are the amalgamation of the 5 closest people to you. Your nervous system is affected by the people around you. You start to become like them. Truly, 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 and truly, and completely. Like, I'm asking my guys, what's the right parable to give? Okay, so I am really keen for more travel. And so I live in Massachusetts. And so I was like, okay, your favorite cafe is in Boston. Why don't you start to frequent that cafe a little bit more often, spend some time in the city. You love city life, you love the whole thing. And this is your way of traveling now, even though it's not on an airplane or a train or a train or a tram, pardon me. So when I went into the city, I was walking around, that superpower of being able to parallel park. It doesn't come out very often, but it has to come out every once in a while. And so I got out of the car. I was early to the cafe. I'm walking around and I had an RBF on my face because nobody knew me. I could be whomever I wanted to be. I could saunter. I was beaming and doing the can inside because I was like, I don't have to be anyone. No one knows me. There's no expectations. There's nothing. I can just sit for a few hours at this cafe. I can drink good coffee. I can have lovely tea. I can do all of those things that I love. I can do them now. And there's no expectations. So Virgo, who are you when no one is there? Who are you when no one is watching? Are you gossipy when no one's around? If so, try to find a new way instead of talking about people and problems, talk about ideas. How would you solve it? That's literally the way that I shut down a complainer. If someone's like, I can't believe that this is going on, and polarization, and you're on the other side of the red line, and you're over here, you're over here, you're over here. The first and only question that I like to ask that person, if I feel safe to engage with them, is, okay, well, how would you change it? What would you do? And what would you do to make it better for everyone on the planet? Every human being, regardless of their belief systems. How would you make a world that's so much better that works for everyone? What would you do? They're like, well, this political person's going to save us, and this political person's going to save us. I'm like, no, without sides, where everyone is worthy of sun, of a roof over their head, of their basic needs being met, of access to food, access to water, access to community. Everybody. And that's a really nice way to say, have I given my power away? Awesome. Libra rising, Libra sun, Libra moon. I love that for you. Money, 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 money. There's a level up coming for you. And a lot of you don't want it. Some of you don't want it. Or the fear of the unknown is real. It's really real. But just because you've never done it before doesn't mean... I forget where I was writing about this. I think it was in my 2025 guide. I want you to ask yourself in your journals, and before you do some scripting on this new moon, which is, when was there a time that I didn't know what was going to happen and I went through the door and the best thing that could have ever happened happened? Birth is a good one. I didn't know what was going to come after leaving my mom's belly, but I knew that I couldn't stay in the warm little area I was in, and I left, and I was like, oh, this is nice. I have fingers, I have toes, all's well in the world. So think of that right now, because it's like there's two groups of you right now, and this has happened for Leo. This happened for some times. There's two groups that might be watching, and there's two categories, which, at the end, you're both keen to do this work, but where you are is different. One group of you is actively hustling, actively utilizing, your resources, really sorry, there's three groups. Okay, so some of you are actively hustling towards a new daily life. You're building something, you're creating, so you're in a Rocky montage, and I love that. That's beautiful. I want that for you. Keep, like, add another 0 to what it is you're manifesting, and trust, you know, all of the things to be happening in the way that it's supposed to. I'd say maybe use the last little bit of this human quarter to actively surround yourself with people that are doing better than you, that have more than you, that have accomplished what it is that you need. If you can't do it physically, then do it online and start to listen to, you know, lectures of people that have accomplished what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Some of you have really recognized some unhealthy patterns within your relationships. That's Chiron retrograde in Aries right now over here. And that's the North Node in your house of relationships and the South Node in the house of self. I would really, like, don't harden yourself right now to say, like, I'm not worthy of a relationship, but keep working on yourself and keep doing what it is that you're doing. Maybe join a group, or again, listen to people where it comes to development, self-development, growth. You're in the right space. Both of those categories, you're in the right space. There's been a theme of, you know, Libra. So this isn't just you. In this entire reading, there's been this theme of, like, complaining and, you know, I can't believe that, like, Susie Q is doing this. Like, talk to a Virgo, because, like, gossip is really not a good color on anyone. And if you're complaining about a situation, how do I say? I didn't create this phrase, but it really resonated with me, that one of the most dangerous types of people on this planet is someone that complains about a situation that they themselves created. If you are actively trying to leave the job that you're in, and then don't even entertain talking about it, just show up, do your job, and then leave, and then work towards the thing that, but if you're like, oh, I can't believe that this guy is late again and that this is the way that it's happening. If you don't even want to be there, then stop enmeshing yourself with the spells that you're speaking. They don't call it spelling for no reason. Stop enmeshing yourself in that money environment and just talk to people about things that really light you up, like, fully, and start to pull away from those people. How am I supposed to do that, Sarah? If somebody asks you at, you know, this, at the watering hole, at the job that you really don't like, hey, what's new with you, Libra? You're like, oh my God, I am so focused right now on personal development and self-development. I was processing some really intense things the other day, and I'm really working on myself. I hired a personal trainer. I'm going to see a therapist, and I've really been, you know, looking at my astrology, and I've really been working on myself right now. How are you? That person, their reaction to you is none of your business. But it says, is that person a vibrational match anymore? Or is it time for that person to be like, whoa, I am not looking at myself. So I'm just like, I can't be here. I can't. That's a beautiful thing. I want you to express yourself a lot more right now in a way that, you know, when Mercury goes into Sag, this is beautiful. I love this. When Mercury goes into Sag, I want you chatty. I want you talking about the things that you're really jazzed up about, Libra. What really jazzes you up? And, you know, it's something that Bob Proctor talks about, where it's like, your money, if you're working towards more money, this is the money house and access to resources, you having money doesn't take away from me. There's not like a finite amount of energy of finances on this planet, and it's like there's only $1 bill and I can have it or you can have it and that's it. No, if you're talking to someone about finances, Libra, and they start to have jealousy, if they start to have, you know, like, well, you know, groceries are really expensive right now. No, they're not. You can effortlessly afford these things. And if you're in that lack mentality, that's a mentality. That's like the hotel analogy I was talking about a little bit ago with Virgo, which you can have anything you want on this planet. Anything you want. But if you're shrinking yourself down, Libra, to fit into the environments that you don't even want to be in, expand. It's time for expansion. It really is time for expansion. So I'm excited. That's awesome. Scorpio risings, Scorpio suns, Scorpio moons. Happy birthday to Scorpio suns. Who are you? Who are you really? Who are you when no one's watching? Who are you when everyone's watching? Who do you want to be? Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. This is the house of self, the storefront view of my life. My pocket of the world, pardon, I wanted to say my pocket of the world, but that's Pluto. Demolishing your house and home. Not just kidding. Pluto's one of your chart rulers, so I'm not concerned about that in any capacity. Like this is casual for you. These are your chart rulers hitting the ICMC right now in that opposition to each other. So I'm jazzed about that. I'm really jazzed about that. There's some of you aren't charging enough for your products. Some of you aren't charging enough for your products. Some of you aren't charging enough for your energy. Stop giving away the farm. Stop trying to convince anyone to see you. If anyone is watching, this is Scorpio stuff. So like I can say this to Scorpio. So please, like this is, like I said at the beginning, I double disclaimer for this. This is for my entrepreneurs or for my, leaders, my business owners. Like you stop it. Stop talking about it. Pull back. Just be it. Just be it. Let it transform itself. I'm a Scorpio rising. I'm following my own advice, which goes against everything that I want to do, which goes against my Aries sun conjunct Jupiter in my 5th house of play, where I'm like, talk about it. Tell them what's going on. Everything that you're championing. I'm like, nope. I'm listening to my guidance team. I'm reeling it in and I'm becoming, and I'm just doing it because I can't, like I've been saying to all of y'all for a long time, I can't soapbox every new thing that happens, nor can I declare, this is never going to change. This is the way things are going to be. I changed. And so the way that I offer things is shifting and changing. The way that I do things is shifting and changing. So Uranus is actually like affecting a lot of people right now. I'm really excited about this. So yeah, and I've said, like, there have been readings, if you've been watching these for a while, that I'm like, someone's going to see you, someone's going to this, someone's going to this, someone's going to this, someone's going to this. Right now, it's you seeing you and you being. It's you just being. This is like, cut your hair and don't post about it, or cut your hair, post about it and don't comment on it. Like, what do you mean by that, Sarah? It's like getting your hair cut and then posting your normal content instead of being like, haircut, fresh face, feels good, get that haircut, get that this. Don't point to it, just show your outfit of the day. Do you know what I mean? Like they're so different. So different. So you get your haircut on Tuesday, you do your outfit of the day every Thursday. Don't post the haircut on Wednesday, just do the outfit of the day on Thursday. Like that's it. Just be it. Just be it. And put it into the menu, put it into the thing. Do the thing. There's yeah, 2025 for you is so exciting. There's moves, there's exceptional things going on for you, Scorpio. This is I'm just listening to the guides. It's literally straight from the Council of Nine. This is big. This is such a beautiful thing. And it's just they're pointing to Scorpio, they're pointing to me, they're pointing to Scorpio placements, and they're like, your intensity is such a superpower. You've felt bright in dark places for many beings. Be there for family, be there for very specific few friends. You know who to push out of your life, and that gives them the capacity. You know who's taking advantage of you, Scorpio. You know who mocks you. You know who is not. You know when you walk into a room and they're like, hey, Scorpio, how are you doing? You're like, they were just talking about me. You know that. You know that. So put the voodoo doll down and move on. Put it down. Put the knife down. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, everyone. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Use that Mars-Pluto intensity for good. Mars is going into your house of legacy, run by Leo. This is not by accident. If anybody, like Scorpio, Libra, Sag rising, has Leo running their 10th house, if anyone has Leo running their 10th house, that's the mark of someone who has fame and knownness, and you shine. I don't want to get snappy with you anymore. I'm really proud of you. There's a lot going on in your life right now, but really level up the wardrobe. Do whatever you want to do. Wear the thing. Say the thing. Do the thing. Say the weird thing. I love that. It's just so beautiful that, like, I don't even know that woman's name, but as I say that, you're like, I know exactly who you're talking about, Sarah. That's the world we live in. It takes one person reposting your stuff and you become successful. And rebrand success. Where are you, Scorpio? Rebrand success. Rebrand it. A calm nervous system, financial security, freedom, time, location, and financial freedom, Scorpio. Charge more, pull back, do it, post it, but do it in a way where it's just like, this is my menu and that's it. Sagittarius. Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius sun, Sagittarius moon. Have you ever seen the movie, the original Clash of the Titans? Where it's basically like Zeus has all of the like little figurines of people on the walls. It's just like walls and walls and walls and walls and walls of all of the people on the planet. And he just, like picks one up, transforms them, puts them over here, and anyone, it's like, oh my goodness, bless her heart and soul, God rest her soul. Like Maggie Smith takes Perseus and like puts it, like it might feel right now, Sag, that you are being played with by the gods. The God of your understanding, the universe, which in the essence is AKA the soul contracts that you decided to come into this human life and play out. So Venus is in your house of self. Mercury's about to go into your house of self. This trine that we talked about in the introduction, Mars, Mercury, and Neptune over here. Definitely go watch the Aries video because it just looks like this triangle all of a sudden just like plops in and then it's like an airplane comes out of it. There's big stuff for 2025 coming for you. There's a big shifting on this planet. I really feel like it's the Pluto transit that has done this, and that for a lot of people, this goes into Aquarius fully on November 19th, 2024, but I just feel so because it's such a slow mover, it's going to be in Aquarius for the next 21 years. So I'm excited about that. It just says to me that 2025, a lot of souls are going to be shifted, are going to be, you go here, 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 because what you needed to do is done. What you needed to do is done. Sag, you and Gemini have had one of the heftiest soul contracts when it comes to this Pluto and Capricorn transit, because this was on your money axis over here. So they're just saying like you'll never be that like poor or without again for your lifetime. So that's pretty exciting. Just don't repeat those same patterns, Sag. Just don't repeat those same patterns. So manifestation. When the sun transits your 12th house, we're kind of cranky, we're kind of tired, we're just like looking at like, have I accomplished any of the things that I'm supposed to do in this world? We can be a little bit self-deprecating, so definitely don't fall into old addictive patterns. Really see how far you've come since last October, November, and I would do a yearly script, Sag. I would do a yearly script. Where do you want to be around the 1st of November 2025? Where do you see yourself? What do you want your life to look like? What do you think could be a very, I want a broad brushstroke for you, Sag, a really broad brushstroke. Mary say like, that's it, Sarah? And the guides are like, yeah, that's actually it. What more do you need? And you're like, I need advice. I need this. I need this. I need this. If nobody was watching, what would you do? If time or money were no object, what would you do? You're like, well, I'd travel. I would go places. I would do this. I would do this. I would do this. It's like, okay, Sag. Script on that. Script on that. Script on that. Go watch the Aries video, Sag. I think it could be helpful. And just to get some energy and see where Aries falls in your chart. I mean, you can literally watch every single video, every single one, and listen to it and watch it like a movie, because we all have every single, like I could watch the Taurus video for that to be about my relationships. I could watch the Aquarius video. I could watch every single video and just have it be the vibe, Sag. You know what I mean? So go watch Aries and see what comes up for you. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. Where is it? You done good, kid. You done good. You done good. There's some very intense ancestral contracts that you basically told the universe and your family that you would take care of and that you would accomplish with this Pluto transit, and that's kind of over. I would maybe rebrand the language that you have around your ancestors instead of, and I like this again, I heard this perspective and it really resonated with me, but it's not just my language. I didn't come up with this, which is, stop saying to your ancestors like, I forgive you. I forgive you. Just say thank you. Just say thank you. Thank you for doing all the things that you did. Yeah, you had to hunt. You had to do it. You did the best you could with the tools that you had. Start to say thank you and express gratitude a lot more often, Capricorn. And I'm not coming at you. I know you have your gratitude practice, but really look at, oh boy, this and this over here. There are people within your inner circle that you love, that you revere, that you're responsible for, but that kind of sometimes they maybe gossip, or maybe they just have a different language than you do. And I want you to just say like, hey, could we talk about something else? Like, you don't have to say like, I don't want to gossip, I don't want to do this. You can say, hey, can we talk about ideas instead of people? I'd rather hold space for like what you're processing than what your opinion of that person is. And that's it, Cap. That's it. That's it. A dear friend and light worker, she had highlighted for me the other day, like, putting people in boxes helps your mind and understands like, okay, I can talk to this person. I'm feeling 70%, Capricorn today. So I can talk to this person. Maybe if I'm feeling 40% Capricorn, I'm not going to pick up the phone and I'm just going to text and be like, hey, Ma, Dad, can I talk to you later on? Because I'll call you tomorrow. I'm just a little bit busy today. And then you just listen to them, but you don't ask them advice. This is about community, friendships, and wishes for the future. Yes, you're responsible for people. And yes, you can share the same, your friends, it's to use like Cody Sanchez language, I want to say. It was like your useless friends, where it's like, they don't get me into the VIP section. We don't collaborate. We don't do this. They're my friend because I want them to be my friend, and for no other reason other than the fact that I want them to be my friend. But really, community, friendships, wishes for the future. If you don't see them in your future, Capricorn, talk to them peripherally, casually, but set those boundaries and say, hey, I don't really want to talk about that. I'm not the person to talk to about that. That's not my reality. Just I statements, speaking from I statements. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that person. I'm not the person to talk to about that. It's not pointing a finger saying you're doing something wrong. I don't like the way that you're doing this. Just say, hey, I'm really not the person to talk to about this. And that is a huge deal. I want, we have Saturn and we have Neptune over here in your house of communication. And the North Node is going to be 2025 going into your house of communication and releasing old quests, old adventures, This is interesting, Cap. I want to check in on just this transit and see. Oh my God, full body chill, practical relocation, literally practical relocation, Capricorn. So that's a beautiful thing that's coming in, and it's negotiation tactics. It's how you communicate is going to be important, but it's knowing that the world is a very small place. Yes, it's infinite and it's massive, and the world itself, the planet is big. You can't walk it, but you can fly it and you can train it and tram it. So it's practical relocation and teaching. A lot of you will be teaching. So that's very exciting stuff. Very, very exciting stuff. But I feel as though some opportunities for you just to set those really healthy boundaries are going to come up for you. And this is going to be with people that you love, with people that you respect and that you want in your daily life and that are maybe in your VIP circle, but you just don't want to have certain conversations with them. And you're just like, hey, can we talk about something else? I don't want to talk about that. And that's okay. That's a you statement. That's an I statement, Capricorn. That just says you're not judging them. You're not saying, oh, you're doing all this. It's just saying, hey, this doesn't resonate for me. Yeah. Can we change the subject? Can we talk about something else? That has no other attachment to it, Cap. That's casual stuff. You can do this. Aquarius. I do the dance, but I don't want to overwhelm you every single time I see you with, Aquarius. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I can't help it. I did that on purpose. I did it because I chose to, because I wanted to, and for no other reason. Where are you? Where are we going? Ooh, this makes a lot of sense with the Pluto transit. This makes so much sense. Buddy. Don't pop off. Don't pop off. You'll end up on page 6, darling. We don't want that. I'm aging myself, but that's how I see things. Oh, Jesus God. Pardon me. Public life, legacy, career. Not so much daily life. That's what the 6th house is for, but how people see you, how they perceive you. The full moon coming up in a few weeks is going to be in your 4th house of home. This is the house of the father. This is the house of the mother. So there might be some parental stuff that's going on right now. The kiddos might be acting up. Your parents might be confused. There might be some ancestral things that are going on. Pluto going into your house of self. This is happening on the 19th. It's like, if you, there's so much information that I have about that, Aquarius. And so that's a very exciting transit. This is a very exciting time to be you. I'm hearing the words like, I feel stuck. This 2025 for you is going to be a beautiful time period for everyone. If you feel stuck, it's literally like, this is a transit that's been going on since 2008 and it's over in a week or two. Yeah, 3 weeks. It's over in 3 weeks. So if you feel stuck, update the vision board, Aquarius. Update the version of yourself that you would like to be, that you see yourself being in the future, and settle for nothing less than that. But this is about you. Like, no one's coming. I, spoke last year, I want to say in 2023 for a while, about how you're the King Arthur that can pull Excalibur out of the stone, and you're the inadvertent billionaire that you're like, why me? You're a wizard, Harry, but I'm just Harry. Where it's like, yeah, I'm just Aquarius. Where it's, you are worthy. But in this reading, for right now, this is the Mars-Pluto opposition. This is, if no one is coming to save you, you are the person that you're waiting for. And this is not just you, Aquarius, but this is for everybody, which is, I feel like a lot of people are starting to watch every single reading, which I love. No one's coming to help us. We have to help ourselves. We have to save ourselves and become the versions of the new world, the new earth people that just treat everybody as equals. Yeah. If everybody on the planet had infinite time and infinite money, then you would only buy a Rolex because you really like the face of the Rolex. You'd buy the Birkin because it held all your things and it was well put together. But if everybody could have everything, which is the world that I want to live in, the value of things shifts. The value of communities shifts. Where and whom we spend our time with shifts. And so that could be something to focus on right now. I gotta be, Aquarius, the one at the table that's putting the table together. So if that's my role, maybe, get new plates for the table. Maybe just be okay with the role that you're playing. Yeah, it is, again, a round table, Aquarius. So, yeah, polish the cutlery. I think that's enough. You're going through a lot, so I'm not going to overwhelm you. Pisces rising, Pisces sun, Pisces moon. If there's someone, I've been mentioning this for a while, but if there's someone or a company or something that you want to invest in right now, and this is you creating new worlds type of options and things, I would highly recommend you do it. Highly recommend you do it. Pluto is going into your house of soul purpose, healing closures, and coming home. It's kind of like what's popping into my, and this new moon is in your house of quest, adventure, long distance travel, higher education, spirituality, legalities. The house of legalities is, the 7th, open enemies, and then the 9th, more legal things. So if everyone has seen, I'm sure you've seen people are like buying land and, wanting to get tiny homes and live on the land and and have community centers and all these different things. And you're like, well, obviously I want that. And I only have enough for 35 acres and to buy 7 houses. And, but where is the person that's going to be the land investor? You got a big role to play. You and Aquarius right now are looking at some imposter syndrome where it's you being it's not naivete. You're not naive. You're very sharp and very smart. It's almost as if you're coming to accept your more spiritual side and your more emotional side and the way that you intuitively understand things as a superpower, Pisces. So I'm really excited about that for you, because there's no, like, okay. I want you to paint a picture in your mind's eye of the type of person that you think is like wealthy, or, you know, I've given to people, like, what does the energy of money look like to you? Is it like this like Kool-Aid version, like the Kool-Aid? Is it like a dollar bill that's like the Kool-Aid guy that's like, oh yeah? Or is it, you know, this like fat cat that's smoking a cigar and he's wearing like the 3-piece suit and it's like the elevator person? Yeah, who's your elevator person when it's your elevator speech? What do they look like? And why isn't it you? Why do you think that you are not the fat cat? Why do you not think that you are the successful version? And it's like, I'm seeing that like twinkle in your eye and you're just like, because I'm so this, I'm so this. No, it's, I love you so much. But the energy of the new moon is about grown up or grow up. So choose which version of that you feel. And having that innocence, that, you know, the nurturing and the nourishment of your inner child and your inner adolescent, that is a beautiful thing, Pisces, but you can't act as a child. We got to grow up. Sorry, my face is contorted because I don't like saying harsh things, but this is going to be so helpful for us. It's me literally saying, like, you're ballin' and you're not, it's like imposter syndrome galore for you too. Go watch Aquarius as well. Like, the blessings that you have innately, Aries, Taurus, and Gemini would literally like trade a lot of things for. They'd probably cut off one of the pinky fingernails and say, hey, can I just, you have that naturally, so count your blessings. You're just so cool. I'm sorry I had to say it harshly, and I love you. I'm done. I love you so much. It's just, you're so powerful. Rebrand powerful, rebrand wealthy, rebrand all these things. You are the archetype for what wealth looks like going into the new world. So stop playing small. Stop viewing yourself as small. See how cool you are. Invest in someone. If you see someone that is literally trying their absolute best to create someone and you effortlessly could help them with something, please go help them. Please go help them. They need a win right now. You could change someone's life, Pisces. But you have to see it in yourself first. Don't do it out of lack. Don't give to make someone love you, but love yourself enough to say, someone at some point in time helped me, so I want to help someone else. I love you so much. I love all of you so much. Happy new moon.